What is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I thought this would be a good little video topic today saying, what do you think the iPhone Fold will do better than the other foldables out there right now? And I think it's a really great question to think about because there's a lot to think about. When you think about iPhones, you think about the unity of different devices that they have on their systems, from the computers to their tablets and their phones all talking to each other. That might be one thing that is really maybe better than other devices, but Samsung has a really nice ecosystem now as well, with all between their tablets, their phones, their watches, and their computers as well. Like, a lot of that stuff is really, really good. I think the main thing that the iPhone will do better than probably anybody else, especially right off the bat, is going to be app compatibility. Now, I don't personally run into it a lot where I'm using an app on my Galaxy Z Fold phone and I'm like, oh man, this just does not look right. It's running terrible. And I just can't use it. What does end up happening though is that there's just little stupid little things that happen sometimes. I'm in an app and I can't see the full part of it, or it's usually that it's just not properly ratioed out. And obviously I can ratio it out to different ratios within the settings, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. You'd rather not touch any of that stuff. And if I do have an issue within an app, I'll close the phone and I will use the outside display. And at that point, I would say all the time, it fixes my issue. So I don't really end up having an issue where I can't use an app or a website or anything else. All I do is just close the phone and I'm good at that point. Now, what I think iPhone's gonna be great at with that is, I think that from day one, I think basically every app will probably be pretty much optimized for the iPhone Fold, because they have such an, I would say, easier ecosystem to design for versus what Android has. You know, Android, you think about all the different devices that they have. There's tons of folding phones now. There's tons of flip phones. There's tons of regular slab phones, and they are made by a bunch of different manufacturers. So sometimes it's hard for these manufacturers to create their apps so that they're compatible with any and all devices. Whereas Apple devices, there's not that many of them compared to Android. There's a lot of iPhones, don't get me wrong, but not compared to what you get with Android and all the different models that they have. So I think that's going to be a huge get for Apple, is that, you know, app compatibility from the inside or the outside display will probably almost 99% of, maybe not that high, but probably higher percentage work versus what you get with a Android foldable. But again, the Android foldables I don't feel like are that bad in terms of app compatibility, where it's just a deal breaker that I wouldn't want to use the phone. There's always a way to get it to work, or just to use it and deal with it. And it's usually not too big of a deal. Beyond that though, like, I think the iPhone Fold will just be one heck of a solid phone. I can't imagine they're going to put bad cameras on this. I can't imagine it's going to be super thick or super heavy. I don't think it's going to have a slow processor. I think it's just going to be a really good bet to go against every other foldable phone in the Western market. I mean, I don't think it's going to be the thinnest. I don't think it's going to be the lightest. I don't think it's going to have a lot of those things that it's going to win versus the competitors. But I do think it's just going to, like, the software is going to work great. It's going to be powerful. It's going to have great app support and software support. It's going to be easy to use for the most part. Like, I assume they'll probably add multitasking in there because they have it on their tablets. I think it'll be what wouldn't surprise me really at all is if they're like, hey, it has iPad OS on the inside and it has iOS on the outside, and you're like, whoa, I'm getting two devices, or I'm getting more of an iPad-centric operating system on the inside of this, and then on the outside I have this phone. So I can just see this really making some different waves in the foldable market versus anyone else. You think about anything that they release, it'll have bits of what other companies have, but then it'll always have that little Apple flair to it that's just a little bit different than what other people do, and it's generally pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to it. It's due to come out next year, really. Will it, when it come 2027? I don't know, but it should be coming out very, very soon, within a year, I'd say. So let me know your thoughts on it. Are you excited about it? Do you think it's going to be a flop like the Vision Pro kind of has been so far? Let me know in the comments down below. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.